Bullet Club.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you've been with us before, welcome to the channel if this is your first time. This is Lee Allen Presents. I am your main host, pilot host. I don't quite know. I'm the one that's I'm the one driving this car today. Proverbial car. Yeah, WWE car wreck. You're not wrong. I'm Alan. This is my partner Leanne. This is your other host. And as you've already seen from the title card, these are our WWE Fastlane 2023 predictions.
So Rags is very much here.
Yeah, Rags is right there. If you can't see him, then I'd be very surprised. Pretty much front and center.
It's just all cat back.
So, one thing I'm going to broach before we get into the predictions is, where the hell did they have that Intercontinental title match on Raw? They promoted it as a contract signing.
Yes.
Then Ciampa was like, "Hey, why don't we just do it tonight?"
After a really good promo from Ciampa.
Yeah, that's yeah. Uh-huh. And then he was like,
"Okay,
all right, cool, we'll do it on Raw tonight."
I'm like, "Oh, great, main event. This is going to be good."
Why don't you just stick it on the pay-per-view?
Yeah, it could have been pay-per-view. In the end, people weren't interested because it didn't have any build-up.
Yeah.
Apart from a very hasty contract signing.
Yeah, people were too busy playing with their phones with the top flashlights.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
The ending was naff.
Yeah.
That was a really just awful ending. Everything, the beginning of the match fell short.
Yeah.
The end of the match fell short. The meat of it was good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like a one-off match between Gunther and Ciampa.
Yeah.
They could have done something big with it, but in the end, Ciampa gets beat clean, so that just puts a complete stop to that.
With a sleeper, of all things. Of all things.
And you know why they did it? Because they wanted Johnny Gargano to come back strong.
Yeah.
So.
But now they've made Ciampa look weak, so. Yeah. Great.
Anyway, this starts us off on a real good note. As you probably noticed, we just finished watching Raw. So
it's been a busy week still, so we've only just managed to get around to it.
Pretty raw now.
So, to preface this just a bit further, there is only 5 matches on this card. Well, I'm still expecting it to be a 3.5 hour slogfest, not going to lie, much like Payback. But obviously SmackDown's still to go.
Yes.
There might be a match made.
Maybe.
I doubt it. So as it stands, we've got 5 matches, which we're going to cover. Probably very briefly, because there's not really much to any of them, if I'm perfectly honest. But if there is any change to any matches, any new matches, anything that happens on SmackDown that changes our mind in our predictions, we will update that in the description to this video down below, no later than it'll be before the PLE on Saturday night, because we can't guarantee what time we can watch it on Sunday yet.
No.
Saturday yet. I'm so used to calling them Sunday night. So there's 5 matches, 2 of which are non-title, 3 of which are title matches, okay? So first, and if you've seen any of our videos before with the predictions, we tend to do them in order of most looking forward to. I've tried to do that with this, but if I'm perfectly honest, I'm not really looking forward to much on this card. Much like Payback.
You know what?
Much like SummerSlam.
Looking forward to is Ciampa versus Gunther.
Yeah, Ciampa actually getting a decent shot. Yeah.
It would have had more stakes anyway. Anyway. So
first up, we're going to talk about a 6-man tag team match, and it's going to be the LWO. That's Joaquin Wilde, Santos Escobar, and Rey Mysterio, and they're facing Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley's been putting together this almost like, I'm going to call it Hurt Business 2.0.
Yes.
That's kind of what they're going for. Obviously, Rey Mysterio's put together the LWO to try and capitalize on, obviously, was it Payback? Was it Payback? No. Backlash. Because obviously they're in Puerto Rico and they formed the LWO to try and...
Pretty cool.
Nice but it's just pretty decent. Joaquin Wilde, and I can't remember the other chap's name apart from Santos Escobar in the faction, who doesn't really get much of a showing these days, which is a shame. Joaquin Wilde is formerly known as DJZ, if anyone knows sort of independence or Impact Wrestling kind of stuff. It's DJZ. Was he my Ion in his early days, you know? And it's so Rey Mysterio fought Santos Escobar for the United States title last week on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And Rey Mysterio won.
Yeah.
And there's kind of having a bit of a moment in the ring where they're about to shake hands, and the Street Profits jump in and start beating them up.
Yeah, because they had disappointed Bobby Lashley and he basically fired them, and then they came out and were like, oh no, we're still good, and he said prove it. So they prove it by beating Rey Mysterio up.
Seems a bit of a naff way to do it, if you ask me.
But Bobby seemed impressed because he came out after 5 seconds.
If you want to prove something, you go after the big dogs, you go after the tag champs, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't because the Street Profits are now heel.
Yes. And
But they're turning Drew McIntyre heel as well.
Oh my goodness,
so
I can't keep up.
They're turning all the big top baby faces heel.
Everyone loves a bad guy, but then if you've got a whole roster full of bad guys,
You're just going to have John Cena, LA Knight and Cody Rhodes just fighting everyone.
And winning.
I mean, to be fair, that's pretty much what we've got now, let's be perfectly honest. I got nothing else to say about this match, because that is literally the last thing that happened.
Yeah.
Anything you got to say about this?
Yeah, I mean, the Street Profits with Bobby Lashley, it sort of was a thing, and then it wasn't a thing, and now it's hastily become a thing again. So that doesn't feel like a cohesive team at all.
It's on a bit of a roller coaster.
LWO are pretty good.
Yeah.
They've got some great talent.
When you start showing off some of the talent,
Because
because it's only Pro Mysterio and Santos Escobar for me.
Yeah, so I'm expecting some good stuff in this match, but then you've got a very, I don't know, there's a bit of a mix in Bobby Lashley's team. So obviously Bobby Lashley is the hard hitter.
He's the powerhouse, yeah.
He's the meat against meat guy, but he hasn't got any meat to go against.
No.
It's just the other team are going to be more light on their feet, high flying a little bit, 619, all that. So there's nothing for Bobby Lashley to clash. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work in a match. It might throw the pacing a bit.
I think Santos will probably be the closest thing to the meat, because he's probably the biggest of the three.
But then are they going to hold him back by making him do the hard-hitting stuff and not be able to showcase what he is best at?
Probably.
So I don't know. It could be good, but with that sort of difference, I haven't got very high hopes.
Yeah. Who you got?
I'm gonna go. Who am I gonna go? I think I'm gonna go Bobby and Street Profits.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Otherwise, there's just gonna be like, oh well, Street Profits are rubbish, and then Bobby Lashley's gonna dump him again, and it's gonna be pointless.
Oh, they've come in, they've just completely decimated the LWO after this title match for Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio. They're completely dominant. They go into a match and they lose, and it's like, oh.
Well, that's done. So yeah, they should win in order to actually get somewhere.
Saying that, what happened to the Viking Raiders?
Well, always
that
happens.
exact same thing.
Yeah.
What happens with every team that sort of comes up and looks like they're going to be dominant in WWE? The exact same thing happens every time.
Very true. Yes, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Second of the non-title matches, we've got John Cena teaming up with LA Knight.
Yeah.
And they're facing the Bloodlines Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Roman Reigns hasn't been seen since SummerSlam.
Like, not even just not in a match. Nowhere to be seen.
Couldn't even be bothered to show up for the Bray Wyatt tribute show. We've covered this before, and I'm still salty about it, because I still think that was a disgusting show.
Yeah, what's he doing? At least, like,
he's relaxing.
film a promo
like,
or two, right?
Apparently, he's been working so hard that he needs time off. He needs 2 months off. He needs 3 months off. God knows when we're going to see that title belt next.
Why couldn't they have done...
Even Rags is salty.
Just some, like, pre-recorded vignettes or something, just to show his face. He's the champion. He should be at least visible.
Yeah.
And not just on t-shirts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
So this kind of came about just by the Bloodline running roughshod off everything.
They're just beating people up for the sake of it.
Honestly, I don't even remember how Cena got involved. He turns up for SmackDown one week, and was it Jimmy came out and interrupted him? I think maybe.
I think so. Does this go back to the wrong Uso quit? I would have said it 7 years ago.
Yeah,
when
that's
one quit.
That's it. Yeah,
So it's still part of that.
Yeah, it's still part of that, which I think we covered in the last one.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, because it was previous to Payback. That's right. Yeah, it was previous to Payback.
It's sometimes you got no build up, and sometimes you got very long.
Sporadic at best.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's sort of where it's come from. But at the same time, we all know John Cena's only there because WWE need more eyes on.
Yeah. So we'll cover that in a sec, because there's something I'm going to go on a slight tangent after this.
Nice.
So it was originally supposed to be John Cena and AJ Styles versus the Bloodline. The Bloodline attack AJ Styles. They put him in the medical facility or hospital.
The local medical.
Medical facility. And obviously John Cena didn't have a partner. So he was like, you know what, I'll go 2-on-1. That's fine, blah, blah, blah. Last week on SmackDown, he comes out. He starts getting beaten up by Solo and Jimmy. Out comes LA Knight, turns the tables, signs the contract, hands it to Cena. Cena looks like a kid in a candy store. He's jumping around. He's like...
Which is kind of cute.
Which is kind of cool, yeah. Well, it's kind of giving the rub to LA Knight, which is probably one of the best things about WWE right now. So you got Tommaso Ciampa, you got LA Knight.
Yeah. Shinsuke's still pretty good.
Yeah, true.
Still could be used.
We'll cover that after though. So, I mean, yeah, and then that's obviously the last thing that happened was on SmackDown last week, and that's pretty much it. And again, sporadic build-up.
Really sporadic. Yep.
And it's like, I just, this, like, the Bloodline was going so well.
It was. It really had.
And now they've just kind of, they've gone, oh no, we've run out of fuel for the plane.
Yeah.
Crunch.
This is the problem, isn't it? And why we probably sound a bit repetitive, because we got our hopes up.
Yep.
Bloodline storyline was so good, and we were like, all right, we've got it. It's back on top. And then
I think the problem is they're trying to almost rehash the days of Degeneration X.
Yeah.
The Nation of Domination.
Don't even try.
The NWO.
Don't even.
You know, it's kind of like where they were completely taking over the show. They were running roughshod over everything, especially the NWO. You know, even Aces and Eights in TNA. That was a fantastic gimmick. You don't know if you heard of that, but that's a fantastic gimmick that they did. I remember there was like a wedding ceremony or something between Bully Ray and I can't remember who it was, and Taz was the officiant. And I need to look this up, but it turns out that Taz was part of the group. Takes his jacket off. He's got this leather cut with Ace and Eights on the back, and that was like a massive swerve at the time. And it's like, oh, this is so great. And you just don't get that anymore.
Nah.
At least not in WWE.
Trying too hard.
You know, New Japan is still pulling it off.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think it wasn't Taichi. Taichi was the one that got lost the match. There was one of the Just Five Guys members who was out with a knee injury from a few nights before because it's out to torture to beat him up.
Yeah.
He returns with this bottle of whiskey in this match because the ref gets bumped out, and he sort of takes a swing. He spits in their faces, and that's kind of like part of the thing. Turns around, he spits in Taichi's face, and everyone's just like, "What the hell's going on?" Turns out he swerved. He's joined House of Torture. And now, Just Five Guys, obviously Sanada and he's fighting Evil for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. It's a slight tangent, but and it's going to be a lumberjack match with the members of Just Five Guys and House of Torture. But Just Five Guys are just 4 guys right now.
Yeah, it's just 4 guys.
But they've said they are bringing a 5th member to Dominion in Kobe.
Interesting.
But that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's even that now, like sort of describing that in the briefest of terms is better than what we're getting with Jimmy and Solo right now.
But it does come down to they're trying too hard.
Yeah.
They're trying to manufacture something that should come naturally and does come naturally in other promotions at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's all circus.
Anything else you got to say about this one?
LA Knight's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
John Cena's a good time.
He's not a good wrestler though, let's be honest.
No, but he's a good time. And
he's
knows how to get the crowd on
certainly not the greatest of all time.
Oh no, definitely not.
I hate that moniker.
Jimmy and Solo, change Jimmy's music. I don't know, do something.
Well, the harpsichord in the beginning, yeah.
Oh my goodness, terrible. Solo's great.
Plink, 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 plink. That's what it sounds like.
It's weird. I like Solo more than the Usos at the moment.
Yeah,
but it's
Solo's that stoic hitman.
Partly the music.
Well, no, he's the stoic hitman though. That's the thing.
It's really cool.
You know, and even he's telling Jimmy what to do, and it's like, ooh.
It's a whole different dynamic. So there is really interesting stuff in it. It's going to be a
but
weird
it's gone from this much of interesting stuff to like this much of interesting stuff,
sprinkle.
And all of this is just filler crap.
Yeah, sprinkle of interesting. Yeah, I mean, it could be good. I don't know if it'll be something I'm invested in, but it'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah. Who have you got?
Cena and LA Knight.
Yeah, I agree with that. Obviously, anything happens on SmackDown, with especially the last 2 matches and the next one, then we will obviously put it in our prediction if we do want to change it. Okay, so I was going on a tangent. What was I going to say? I can't remember. Nope.
Tangents got lost.
Dang it. No, it's gone. It's gone.
There was something we were going to talk about. Shinsuke later.
Yeah, before that. Good grief, what was it?
We might just have to move on and come back to it if it comes to you.
All right. So then we've got the first of our title matches and the only women's match on the card. Do you know what the match is? By any chance?
Oh, goodness.
Because the first time we saw anything about this, right, was on Raw last night. Even though it got announced on the website last week.
Oh.
Even though it's a SmackDown women's match.
Okay.
Yeah? Yeah, exactly, yeah. So we've got Io Sky defending her WWE Women's Championship against, surprise, surprise, Charlotte Flair and Asuka in a three-way match.
Where does that come from?
Exactly.
I don't even remember that on Raw.
Exactly, right? So, okay, Asuka comes back, she's face, okay? She loses to Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
She turns heel.
Yes.
She beats Bianca Belair as a heel. Right? And that's the last thing. So she's been a heel ever since that point, right? And obviously she lost the title back to Bianca Belair.
Yes.
Io Sky cashed in Money in the Bank. And then obviously we're here.
Which is cool. Yeah.
So Charlotte Flair's facing Bayley
Yeah.
on SmackDown last week. Yawn.
Right.
Again. Yawn. Great. Awesome. Charlotte Flair wins. Yawn. Again. Fantastic. And then obviously damage control. Io Sky and Bayley, because Dakota Kai still got injuries, so she can't actively do anything in the ring. And then Asuka runs down and is seemingly turning face again. Like, what? They're flopping Asuka more than friggin' pancakes on Pancake Tuesday.
What are they doing?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Asuka's so good. She should always be heel, I think, forever.
Yeah. It's much better as a heel.
So good as a heel.
Yeah. So
Io Sky can go both ways, I think, but Asuka better as a heel.
I think Io Sky will end up going face at some point soon to break away from damage control. But yeah, I'm sick and tired of seeing Charlotte Flair in every title match.
Yeah.
I'm really getting really bored of that. Really bored.
It's her and Natty. And just
It's not even Natty's as much, that's the thing.
No.
I mean, Natalia's obviously been a bit more recurring face on
She
Raw.
just likes to be involved in stuff. It doesn't matter if there's a title involved.
But that's because there's nobody else.
Yeah. Io to retain?
Io's retaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think I've got anything else to say about this match because I'm really not looking forward to it anymore because there's literally been no build-up. The first time you see any graphic of this on actual TV show is on Raw, just before the main event on Monday night.
Yeah.
The only reason I knew about it beforehand is because I was getting the assets for this off the WWE website.
But why did they put it on the website before they'd announced it on TV? It doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
I guess there wasn't anything to spoil because nothing actually happened. I'm so confused.
Oh, I remember the tangent.
All right, let's go.
I remember the tangent. Right, okay.
We're going on a journey.
WWE, back when Cody Rhodes was having his documentary filmed, Triple H said he sees AEW as nothing more than a secondary promotion.
Correct.
Correct? You remember that?
Yes.
I did mention this in one of the previous videos. Don't ask me which one. I don't remember. Okay. Now, next week, for some reason, it's probably like some sort of football season starting or baseball or something like that in America.
Yeah, something.
Dynamite is airing on Tuesday instead of Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay. So NXT airs on a Tuesday night.
Yes.
So the office at WWE are probably like, oh no, we're going to lose people because AEW airing. Because Adam Copeland just joined. He's having his first match on that Dynamite for AEW.
Huge.
Okay. It's the week after the anniversary show, which is tonight as we're recording this. Hopefully they'll be the same day it goes up, so I'm going to try and smash this out tonight.
So spirits are going to be high.
Spirits are going to be high. Adam Copeland's there. Christian's obviously nailing it.
Yeah.
MJF's nailing it. There's so many great talents right now, and especially with the ongoing storylines that are there, as opposed to the fizzle fest that WWE got going with Fastlane.
Yeah.
Fastlane Fizzle Fest. That's what I'm calling this pay-per-view.
Fizzle Fest.
Fizzle Fest. So what are they doing to try and combat that? They are throwing Cody Rhodes down to NXT. They're throwing Paul Heyman down to NXT to be in Carmelo Hayes' corner. No, Bron Breakker's corner. And they're throwing John Cena at NXT to be in Carmelo Hayes' corner when he takes on Bron Breakker.
Oh, an interesting coincidence that it's the same week.
But secondary promotion? If that were the case, why are they throwing these literal huge stars, especially Cody Rhodes, who founded AEW, onto NXT that week?
Because they're clearly trying
They're scared. Let's be perfectly honest.
They're
scared.
trying to save themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, it's NXT. You're never going to get as many viewers as AEW on NXT, whatever you do. So just,
I think when NXT was on a Wednesday, I think they maybe during the whole entire run, they maybe had better ratings on 2 individual weeks.
Yeah.
AEW just keeps topping them. You know, AEW's broken 1 million viewers quite consistently on Dynamite.
You can't argue with the numbers.
No, you can't.
Unless it's falsified
And I think,
or fluffed up numbers.
And I think
like some
AEW,
people do.
NXT is supposed to get like 500,000, maybe
Yeah.
600,000. So, like, what are they going to do? Just throw all the big stars on it.
Throw the big names. Make it really
One ne-
obvious
yeah,
way to
yeah. What next? Brock Lesnar's going to NXT? Undertaker's going to show up on NXT? Hell, let's bring The Rock back and put him on NXT.
So why is Paul Heyman in Braun Breaker's corner?
Bad guy. If you're going to have someone in Kamala Hayes' corner, I guess you got to have someone there, and I guess because Cena's facing the bloodline at Fastlane.
So he's... Bloodline. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That was the tangent I was going after.
There we go. A good one.
Cool. So we're on to the next match. To coin a phrase from my wife, flying through these.
Flying through these. Let's do it.
We've got the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Damien Priest defending their WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships against Cody Rhodes and main event Jey Uso.
Split the belts. Or
So.
join the belts.
No, I got a bet with you. I got a bet with you.
Go,
Right?
go,
I got a bet with you, right? Okay. Jey Uso
Yes.
quit WWE.
Yes.
Okay. 3 weeks later, he's hired back
Yeah.
to Raw to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
What are WWE doing with him?
Put him in a tag team.
Stick him in a tag team. That's different.
It's so different.
Different.
It's just me and Cody.
It's just me, Oos, and my bro Cody Rhodes. Oos.
It's just us again. Change your music.
I main event Jey Uso is not tag main event Uso or tag event Uso
No,
or main tag Uso.
The whole thing is he's meant to be going solo.
Exactly.
But not solo Sikoa.
Exactly. And I'm really getting fed up of seeing Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, and now Jey Uso all just fighting with the Judgment Day all of the time.
Yeah, they've already ended that storyline, so start something fresh, do something different.
There's going to be someone out there who says, well, you're a big AEW fan. Yes, that is true. I love AEW. I think it's fantastic. It's real shot in the arm. It's fresh. It's different.
Yep.
Okay? And they're going to be like, what about the Don Callis thing and the Elite? Well, they keep bringing in and rotating people out.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay has been brought into this. Kota Ibushi's been brought into this. Chris Jericho's been brought into this. It's not just the Bucks and Kenny versus Don Callis or Konosuke Takeshita all the time, you know?
Yeah.
It's different. Every time it's different.
It's building on, so it's a difference between repeating and adding to.
Yeah.
You've got to get to that point. You add, get to a climax, end.
Yeah.
Then you move to something different.
Yeah.
Rather than add a bit, get to a climax, end, and then do the same thing from scratch.
Yeah.
That's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah. And that was the same thing back in the Attitude Era, back in WCW days when the Monday Night Wars were going on. It was always something different. Oh my God, this person's turned heel and joined the NWO?
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? Oh my God, this guy's turned heel and joined the corporation?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So like with AEW storylines, like the Don Callis one, sometimes it feels like it's sort of when's it going to end? When's the storyline going to end? They keep adding to it. They keep doing it. But it's because they haven't reached a climax.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets so exciting, it feels like it's the climax. You're like, all right, well, this is where it's going to stop. But then instead of dropping it, starting it, carrying it on, they just keep
you
building.
think it's plateauing and it's not. It's just kind of keeps going up and up and up and up. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Sammy Guevara, for example, joining Don Callis' family.
Yes.
And
totally
then bringing Will
unexpected.
Ospreay back in from New Japan. And it's like, oh my God, they just mentioned Kota Ibushi and now they're bringing Will Ospreay into the mix again as well. Like, oh my God, what the hell?
That really is where the difference is. Whereas with these, the
Judgment Day?
No. Bloodline. It ended.
Yeah.
They broke up. Everything was, both the Usos were gone. It was just Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa. That's not a bloodline. And then they're back.
Well, you say Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he's
let's be
not
perfectly honest, it's just Solo Sikoa
so
at that point.
It did end. It got to a climax.
Yep.
The storyline had a finishing point, and it's just restarting the same thing.
Yep.
And it is slightly different.
And it sucks, because I really like Judgment Day.
Yeah.
I really like Balor. Priest is one of my faves. Rhea Ripley's a phenomenal talent. Even Dominic Mysterio's showing his roots and his gumption, you know.
Sure.
He's coming up into his own. And they just keep throwing him against the same three guys. And I'm just getting really bored of it. Really bored really quick. And this has been going on for months.
Yeah.
Like, literally. I can't even remember the first time. Where are we? Priest was supposed to... That was the Money in the Bank, so that wouldn't be in there. And I'm sure it's been going since like May. You know,
on
and
and
it's
off, isn't it?
I still have nothing. Night of Champions. I gotta try and find my notes. I can't even find anything.
It's all good.
KO Zane and Bloodline. So again, it's just the same old people all the time, and it's just getting really, really boring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's
Sad.
anything else you're gonna say?
It could be good.
Could.
It could be good.
Could.
Balor and Priest, great talent.
But it's Jay just doing the same thing again. He's in a tag team.
Yeah.
Now.
Jay's a really good talent.
You can't
and
call him main event if he's in a tag team.
He is a good tag team wrestler.
Yeah.
But his teammate is Jimmy.
He's already shown that he can be a great singles wrestler.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Him and Cody are not going to have anywhere near the same
Chemistry.
That's right, as him and Jimmy. It's not going to be the same at all.
Not by a long shot.
It's practically going to be they're both doing solo stuff, one after the other.
Yeah.
Cody, great talent, no problem with that. Made some weird decisions in his life, but whatevs.
Yeah, let's go back and finish my story and gets beat by Roman Reigns.
Yeah. So there's the makings of a great match. So I'm going to try and have expectations.
Yeah.
That the storyline is what's killing it.
Yeah. Who you got?
Balor and Priest retain.
Yeah.
No
There's going to be too much. I don't want to say, what's the word I'm looking for? Not friction, not like butting heads, but I just can't see Cody and Jay getting it done.
No.
And let's be honest.
They're not like gelled as a team.
Let's be honest, Cody's obviously still sticking his nose into bloodline business every now and again too.
Mm-hmm.
So who's to say Jimmy and Solo don't get involved as well?
Yep.
Because clearly they're not done with that yet.
No, they're not.
There wasn't a big payoff. You know, and this could end up leading into Survivor Series with Team Jimmy versus Team Jay. Yeah, exactly. And that leads us on to Is it time for the main event.
For the main event.
The Fizzle event.
Is this confirmed as the main event?
I'm assuming so, because it's for the World Heavyweight title.
Well, it's got to be then.
Spoiler alert, this next match is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Sorry.
Seth Rollins is defending against Shinsuke Nakamura in a last man standing match.
Yes.
In pretty much a direct rematch from last month,
Yes.
even though the champion won.
Uh-huh.
And then, obviously, Shinsuke attacked him after the match.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, yeah, great, awesome. And then, the one thing I did like about this was Shinsuke kind of denying Seth Rollins what he wanted.
Yes.
Seth's like, I want to fight him again, And Shinsuke's like, don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need to. No, you're good. And that went on for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, last man standing. Your back is broken. Again, harping on about the back thing again.
Yeah.
And it's just, we've had the back thing for like 2 months straight now.
A little bit. It's
Great.
like came out of nowhere
Awesome.
and then it's just there.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, WWE, if you got someone on the big screen
Oh, you read my notes. Yeah.
and they're talking in their native tongue and you have subtitles, stop cutting away from the screen. There's people watching at home who don't understand what's being said.
Yeah, that was awful. Kevin Dunn in the truck needs to pull his finger out.
Yeah, it's great to see Seth's reaction in the ring, but if we don't know what he's reacting to, then we don't know.
2 simple words, technically a hyphenated word, so technically 1 word for Kevin Dunn in the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Split screen.
Yes.
It's a thing. You do it for replays.
Mm-hmm.
You used to do it like EW's been doing on Collision. I mentioned
Uh-huh.
it before, and I think it was the All Out video that we did. The way they sort of show the interview package whilst the entrances are being done, much like the old school WWF and WCW used to do, which is great. You could do that.
Yeah.
Seth in one window, Nakamura's vignette in the other.
You got something you want people to watch. You got something that people have to watch to get the context of what they're watching.
That's like me going, mumble, 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 mumble. And nobody can understand what I'm saying, and nobody can lip read because you can't see my face and mouth. It's the exact same thing. Absolute crap way to do that.
Come on, guys, you're professionals.
Yeah, well, you
should
say
know
that.
this.
You say that.
Allegedly.
Do you think the UFC like group, the TKO group, are now looking at this being like, oh, what have we done? What have we done? What a train wreck.
Goodness. Sorry, I stole that. I didn't actually.
No,
see
it's
it
fine.
in
It's
your
fine. It's fine.
notes.
Obviously Shinsuke's gotten the upper hand on Seth for the last few weeks. He's come out, and the one thing I did like from Monday Night Raw was when he had Seth Rollins down in the ring after beating up with a chair, and the screen was like 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, and counting. And it's like, oh, that's good, but it also makes it obvious that that's fake because he's getting up as the numbers stop being counting. So that's a bit weird.
But I think
Well, they
just
should have
cut it
done.
off.
Well, they should. I don't know. It looked like they didn't to me, but I might be wrong. I was kind of only half paying interest at this point, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I see what you mean though.
But like, have it continue counting to 10.
Well, Why not?
You know? Because that would have been less like, oh, look, it's clearly fake 'cause he's getting up at 7. They did it again. Oh, he's getting up at 9. Oh, great, awesome. Way to make it look fake.
Yeah.
And I hate using that word when it comes to wrestling, but that's clearly, like, that made it
They're
look
not
awful.
even trying.
No, they're not even trying. This is exactly it.
They're either trying too hard or not trying.
Or not trying enough, yeah. It's like they're trying too hard, and it's just seems like they're not giving a damn.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
You know, you could put too much effort into something, and it just ends up looking awful.
So it was a really good idea, just executed a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as
And I
good
feel
as
bad
it
for
could be.
Shinsuke, because Shinsuke's great.
So good. And his promo, what we could understand of it, was
His
really
last
good.
last couple of months of promos have been great.
Yeah. It's got that real brutal, just picking. He knows what
Yep.
buttons to
Yep.
push,
Yep.
you know? Which is how he got the
And it makes me
last
wonder...
man standing match.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder now how close his contract is to expiring, because they're clearly afraid he's going to go back to New Japan.
Yeah. So they
And who's got a partnership with New Japan?
AEW.
AEW.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Any final thoughts on this match?
It could go one of two ways, this one. I think any last man standing match is risky.
Yeah.
It could be amazing.
Yeah.
Or it could end up being long, drawn out, and a lot of people on the mat counting to 7, and then they're getting up, and then it just keeps on
Let's
going.
be perfectly honest, they'll be counting to 9.5.
And then just leaping up like nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ray.
Yeah, which I hate.
Yeah, so it could go either way. I'm going to try and have some faith in Seth and Shinsuke that they'll be able to make this great. And hope no backs get broken, I suppose.
Who you got?
Seth.
Yeah. Seth's not losing that title. Not anytime soon. No chance.
It's a shame. I mean, the way he's been talking, it could even be a retirement match if they designed it like that, you know?
Yeah.
He's been saying, like, if I go down in this match and I can't get up and I never wrestle again, at least I'll have given all I've got. And that sort of put it in my head of, imagine if this was his last match and he just decided to hang up the boots and this is the way to do it. And it would be really sad. Seth Rollins has got a lot left in him, I'm sure. But it would be a good way to go.
That's the problem with WWE, though, is that they put too many stakes on some things.
Yeah.
And then it's obvious which way they're going with it.
Yes.
Because they're not going to lose Seth Rollins when Roman Reigns can't be asked to show up for work.
No. They need one of them.
You know? And I have no doubt at all that Nakamura could carry this belt easily.
Oh, yeah.
He's a former IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
Mm-hmm.
That belt has more prestige in my mind than WWE's title because it's been going for 50 years.
Yeah, it gives it status, for sure.
You know? It definitely gives it that status. And it does get defended all around the world.
Yeah.
When was the last time the WWE title got defended outside of America? Wasn't a Money in the Bank, I'll tell you that much.
No.
Clash of the Castle, maybe? Last year?
Maybe.
Last September? Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Least looking forward to match.
Let me remind myself what trash we've got going.
Fizzlane 2023.
It's going to be... Oh, it's close, I think.
Between all of them.
I'm going for the women's match, though.
Yeah.
Io, Flair and Asuka.
Yeah. Any particular reason or?
A
Charlotte Flair.
little bit. I'm just like reading the names in the match, and all I've got in my head is gangly Charlotte Flair doing a clothesline. I don't know. It's just the only thing that's come into my head.
They should have just kept it as Io and Asuka.
Yeah, that would have been cool. So I think it's just, like you say, Flair's been in the title picture too much. Doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Leave her be. She can do other stuff. She can big up other stars. She doesn't have to be.
She won't though because her ego's too inflated, right?
Yeah. But
See, at this point, I don't know if that's actually Charlotte Flair or Vince McMahon pulling this trigger. I really don't.
That's very true.
That's the problem with it.
Yeah.
I have no doubt at all that Flair does have some sort of ego backstage.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
It's a Flair.
Yeah. But like, is this Vince as well? Oh, everyone
Yeah.
loves a Flair, pal. Let's put him in the match, pal.
He's got his favourites. He's got to have favourites in the women's as well. But yeah, that's the one.
Most looking forward to.
You haven't done your least looking forward to, or is it the same?
No, it's the same one. Yeah, same. I didn't say same.
Oh, it's also tricky. I think I'm gonna go Rollins Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of the possible unpredictableness, or.
There could be something interesting there, but like I say, it could go either way. So whether it's going to be my favourite match at the end.
The problem
I
I've
don't
got
know.
with this is last man standing means anything goes.
Yeah, that's
It's not
true.
going to get anywhere near the strap match or the Texas Death Match that Ricky
I don't
Starks
want
and
it to
Bryan
get
Danielson
to the
had.
strap match.
So that's the
level.
point.
Ooh.
Last man standing. That's the kind of thing you need to do to get
Yeah.
someone to stay down. You know, or the last man standing match WWE had was Brock and Roman at SummerSlam last year, and they tipped the ring with a forklift or a digger.
We've had handcuffing to scaffolding, haven't we, to stop someone getting up?
Yeah. Yeah, that Kevin Owens and
cool.
Roman Reigns
I
at
love
Royal
that.
Rumble. Yeah,
Such
yeah.
a
Even
good
though
idea.
they botched it because they couldn't get the key. Idiots.
Yeah, it could be good.
I hope it's good.
Yeah, I'm having
I
some
hope
faith.
so.
What about you?
I think it's going to be, and it's just mainly because of the two of the four participants in the ring. It's John Cena and LA Knight versus Jimmy and Solo.
Yeah.
And that's because of LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa. Because I think they've both got a hell of a future ahead of them.
Yeah, definitely.
If they're used right.
Yes, we shall see.
That's the problem.
Mm.
Cool. Okay. Take us away then.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate all of you.
Rip
Very,
into
very
WWE
much.
Fest.
Yes. Join us in the comments below. Let us know if you have different opinions. Respectfully, let us know.
So I just gotta. So we were watching. I think it was SmackDown. Obviously, catching up last week, SmackDown and Raw. And after we watched Wrestle Dream. And what did you say? It was like, this is nothing compared to the technical stuff that they do at the AEW.
Yeah, it was
like
Rey
that,
Mysterio and
Santos Escobar.
Santos Escobar, and they were doing the mat work, the technical wrestling. But just the contrast between that and what we'd seen at Wrestle Dream, it's nothing.
The least rated match for us on that card was Wheeler Yuta versus Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
That had better technical wrestling than a US title match from WWE.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? Anyway, sorry, I just had to get that out.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, join us in the comments below. Join the discussion. Just be respectful to each other.
Yeah.
We're still watching this product because we want to like it. So
For now,
we'll see. So be respectful, but share your opinions.
Yeah,
We're happy to hear.
we
and join in.
won't tolerate anyone sort of being disrespectful in the comments. Your comments will be removed. And if
So
they are that
we
bad,
know.
you will be reported.
The people who comment on our videos are all
Yeah,
really nice.
we've got some
and
really
sound
nice
and-
viewers. We've got some
so,
really good people watching our stuff.
We know you. We know you know.
Yeah.
Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we drop new videos. Right,
Thanks.
it's biting my hand. Follow us on socials. Our link tree's in the description below, which will take you to Instagram, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Where we put our weekly updates so you know what's coming up, as well as clips when we drop videos, so you'll always be kept up to date. We'll see.
Rags.
Thanks, that was hard. Go. Ooh, noisy cat.
It's Anthony is coming to food time.
Yeah, we will see you after Fastlane
Yep.
when we do our reactions. So we'll be watching Sunday morning. So we will do everything we can to get the video up on Sunday, so it's ready for you guys.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah. Let's Fastlane out of here, Leanne.
We're gonna Fastlane out of here. So you guys Fastlane wherever you're going.
Boom.
And we'll see you.
Fastlane to our next video.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bullet Club.